Sugar. Yes, sugar. It's in almost everything. It makes things taste yummy. It makes the blandest of foods taste appetizing. Unfortunately, fructose specifically may encourage overeating, according to new research. That particular type of sugar is found in a lot of different foods and drinks. Scientists at the University of Southern California say that fructose doesn't do a very good job of satisfying, that is, the part of the brain that controls appetite and the motivation to eat. So how bad is it for us? And here to explain is a practicing oncologist in Irving and author of Sugar Rehab, Dr. Gerald Edelman. Thank you so much for being with us.
Very nice to be here. Thank you.
Now, sugar, it keeps on coming up as a topic, and we want to just kind of be in denial that it is not that bad. Oh, it's not going to hurt you to have seconds of pie. But kind of tell us in the broader picture how challenging it is for our body to really digest sugar.
Well, sugar is, in my opinion, the major cause of obesity in the United States. And unfortunately, obesity is linked to every major disease that you can think of.
Right.
Cardiovascular disease, cancer, arthritis, and many other diseases related to inflammation.
Yeah, inflammation. And there have also been links that cancer is fed by sugar. I mean, anything in the body that is bad for us kind of seems to feed off sugar, which is in no ways good for us. But you mentioned obesity, and a lot of us get most of our calories and most of our sugar grams from drinks. And you actually brought a couple of examples.
I did. I think hidden sugar is gone, past our awareness, and so many people it's obvious that soda, for example, has a lot of sugar in it. But companies are pouring a lot of sugar and putting a lot of sugar in foods, and we're not even aware of it. So I'd like to heighten your viewers' awareness of just how much sugar there are in some of these products that, are touted as being healthy.
Right, right.
So here we have a protein drink, very common. People will see it a lot in the grocery stores. And it has 44 grams of sugar per serving. 44
grams. And hold that up to the camera so that they can get a good shot of that.
So one of the things that I'm trying to get people to do is focus on the sugars per serving.
Yeah, look at the nutrition label.
Looking at the nutritional label. So I personally have simplified down to just looking at sugars per serving, because I think the biggest problem to obesity and disease in the United States right now is sugars.
Okay.
So this has 44 grams of sugar per serving in it. Let's just demonstrate visually how much exactly is that. So I have a little baggie here. That's 10 sugar cubes. So if you drink this protein drink, you're putting 10 sugar cubes worth of sugar in your body.
And let me see if I can hold it up a little bit better, because really, I mean, you think about that, when you're drinking your coffee in the morning, you might put a couple of tablespoons of sugar in, but this is several tablespoons of sugar.
Yes.
Technically.
And so what happens is you get a big blood sugar spike, and that blood sugar spike causes inflammation in the body, so it's a direct harmful thing to the body, but it also causes obesity, and obesity's been linked to cancer.
Right, right.
And other diseases.
all kinds of diseases.
So here we have a very popular mixed drink. We're coming into the holidays. Some people like adult beverages. This particular product would be used in bars, commercially, but also in the home. This has 44 grams of sugar. I'd like to hold that up. Again, I want your audience to focus on sugars per serving.
And this is the same amount as that protein drink, except for that's the 4 ounces of the mix that you put in the alcohol, which alcohol itself already has sugars in it.
Great point. And so 4 ounces in one drink, most folks have 2 if they're being sensible. So now we have 8. So now we've got 88 grams of sugar per serving.
Wow.
So how much is 44 grams of serving? That's 10 sugar cubes that you're putting in your body.
That's a lot.
Think of the sugar spike that you're going to get after eating that. And finally, we have one of my favorite things to talk about is marketing. What we don't think about how we're being marketed to in the grocery store. So, when you go in a grocery store, light is a very common thing to market. Well, it turns out that in this little container of light Yoplait yogurt, there are the equivalent of about 3 sugar cubes.
And that's 10 grams of sugar. And that's just that little snack that you have.
Just that little snack.
On top of whatever you drank in the morning. A lot of things are marketed as healthy that are sugar substitutes.
Yes.
I particularly like to use Zevia or stevia sodas to try to stay away from the traditional sodas with lots of sugar in them. But is there a healthy additive or alternative to sugar right now on the market?
Yes. Well, first of all, none of the sugar substitutes have with validation been associated with disease. Now, there are some people that are sensitive to aspartame. That's every time I talk to folks about sugar substitutes, aspartame comes up.
Right.
But it doesn't actually cause things like cancer or cardiovascular disease. Some people are sensitive to it, but there are many sugar substitutes on the market. So I personally think that the main problem in the United States with health is obesity.
Right.
And if we can do anything to get somebody that's overweight and in serious trouble, what I think sugar substitutes are your friend, not your enemy.
Right.
And so I do like stevia. You mentioned stevia earlier. I think Splenda is another good substitute. So what I've told folks is, if you substitute and it doesn't cause symptoms like headaches or other problems, go ahead and use it.
Right. And just try
It's a tool.
what your body can digest and not have any adverse side effects.
Yes, exactly. And so the sugar is your enemy. And a sugar substitute is potentially your friend.
All right. Well, Dr. Edelman, we appreciate you joining us. And you're helping people all over the Metroplex and all over the country break their addiction to their sugar habit. He has a book out right now called Sugar Rehab. You can order that book by going to the website sugarrehabbook.com. Coming up, a serious diet talk. It might be a little overwhelming for a lot of us. So we're going to show you how to make it a little bit easier.